Hello, Flickering Myth family, and welcome to our channel. My name is EJ Marino, and buckle up, we have quite the review to get into. We're going to be talking about Uncharted. This movie is frustrating. There is so much wasted potential on the table, which makes it harder for me to be lenient on this film. There is so much money, so much talent, except for Marky Mark, who honestly gives one of the worst performances of his career. What the hell was Wahlberg doing here? But anyways, besides that, there is just so much on this table. Like, I see the Uncharted potential. It's a decent franchise. It's a good director with a strong leading man and some decent action set pieces on paper. All of it is there, but none of it comes together to be anything engaging, anything worthwhile, or anything I'm gonna remember past this review. I hate movies like this. It frustrates me because there is so much here that could work. I wanted this to work. I don't particularly like the little action-adventure, let's go on a treasure hunt kind of genre. National Treasure, Indiana Jones. I like the Tomb Raider games because there's like a mystical element to that. That's kind of fun. Yeah, there's like things here that I'm like, okay, maybe not my favorite, but I really want Tom Holland to have a hit. I really like the director. Ruben Fleischer is one of the directors that I look for. I really like Venom. I kind of like the Zombieland. So like, again, I see here what I want, and then it just doesn't deliver. There is so much money being thrown at this. Papa John's, baby, you paid for enough. You couldn't ask them to step up the quality? Like, hey, I'm putting product placement, need you to do a bit better. That is what's frustrating here. You expect more. I can excuse indie little low budget films. I've seen some pretty cheap movies that I'm like, you know what? There's passion. There is people trying to do their very best. And I know people are going to be like, everyone works hard in movies. Honestly, this movie's made on autopilot. There is like 18 writers on here. There is a director who just seems like this isn't the material he should be doing. I look, again, I could excuse smaller films with mistakes like this. The clichédness, the action-adventure stuff that doesn't have the thrills, all of that could be fine, but the budget, the effort here, the talent here, come on, you guys could be doing better, and that's what makes Uncharted the worst thing like I've seen in a while. It's bad, but it's not even bad enough to be fun. Death on the Nile I saw a couple weeks ago, that was a bad movie, but the camp, the what the hell aspect got me more engaged. I just sat here waiting for this movie to be over. Alright, let's just try to talk about the plot, I guess? In the new film Uncharted, Tom Holland stars as Nathan Drake, who feels nothing like Nathan Drake from them games. So why is he here? Well, Tom Holland is a star at the moment, so let's put him in something and try to capitalize on that. Sure worked for Cherry and the weird movie Chaos Walking when they can talk in the brains. Yeah, sure worked for all those movies. Let's keep doing it. Anyways, so he's Nathan Drake. He has brother issues. That's the new thing. We don't really have daddy or mommy issues. Let's just do big brother issues. He has that, meets up with a guy named Sully, played by Marky Mark, and the Funky Bunch, and there's no Funky Bunch happening here. It's just these two going on vague adventure plots. It's not even what I wanted. Like, the end of this film that gets a bit over the top with the action adventure stuff. That's what I wanted. I did not think I would get scenes in like an auction, a weird Papa John's fight scene, some decent, like, let's find the clues and put them together scenes. All of that together, I was just like, oh my god, they're just making a boring action adventure movie. Maybe it's my lack of, like, I've played like one or two Uncharted games, never really finished them, but I've, played around with them. I got the feel. Maybe I should finish them to find out that they're not that intriguing, because this didn't have that oomph. I wanted something more from the bad guys, from the treasure that they were grabbing. Like, I watched Jungle Cruise that came out last year from Disney. Not usually a Disney person, but Jungle Cruise, I was more into that action adventure. I really like The Mummy. There's an element to these kind of let's go on this treasure hunt movies that could work. Even some of the Indiana Jones movies. Not my favorite thing ever, but again, I can see the appeal. Here, the plot doesn't allow that. We're looking for some Magellan-ass stuff, and let's do this to go to this. Let's find the clues here. It's all paint by numbers. It's all like y'all, they had like 6 people working on the screenplay. You had 6 people working on the story. None of you guys can come up with like new and inventive things. Yeah, sure, them falling out of the airplane is cool, but I've seen it like a Fast and the Furious movie, and it just wasn't filmed vividly here. It just, nothing engaged me. Everything just happened, and it would hit my face, and I would be like, okay, let's move on to the next thing. Like, let's keep going. It's just a weird plot. Oh my goodness. As I was bored in this film trying to figure out what I was going to eat for dinner after, just things like that to like keep me going, I was thinking, well, this movie is much better when Mark Wahlberg is not in scenes. Like, the stuff with, I think her name is Chloe, and the Nathan Drake character, I was engaged in that. They actually had a fun action adventure. I could see them get into, like, more, like, let's go through weird caverns and tunnels and rock climb and do stuff. I would watch that. But the Mark Wahlberg stuff, it just didn't connect. So yes, when I was thinking of that, like, wow, this movie is better when he's not here, I was also thinking, who would be a better Nathan Drake? Because Tom Holland really didn't add anything to it. He just felt like Tom Holland playing a muscly action guy in the jungle. Like, there wasn't a oomph that made me think of, wow, he is the definitive Nathan Drake. Like, there's certain characters who are just the characters forever and always. Like, I don't, Tony Stark, like, Jack Sparrow. Like, there's just these characters who are these people. He is not Nathan Drake, so who could have played him? Honestly, the weirdest one I thought of in the movie, John Krasinski. I think he could have played a very good role in this. I think he could have done Nathan Drake better. We could have aged up the Sully character, not put Mark Wahlberg here, put something a little bit more age appropriate. I can't believe I suggested the guy who did A Quiet Place and Jim from The Office, but yeah, I think he would have been a better pick. So, to keep this review entertaining, who would have you liked to see as Nathan Drake? Some people wanted Nathan Fillion. Guess you really didn't want anyone to see this movie. But yeah, truly, who would you guys like to see as Nathan Drake other than Tom Holland? If you have seen it and you like Tom Holland, tell me why, because he didn't really work for me. So let's get to the end of this, because I'm done with this movie. Alright everyone, that is it for my review of Uncharted, the Nathan Drake movie that so many people were clamoring for. This is what I wanted. Give me this before a God of War movie, PlayStation. Really? Really? You gave me a cool new little PlayStation intro, but couldn't give me a cool PlayStation character? Anyways, what did you guys think of this review? What do you guys think of this movie? Share your feelings down in the comments below. Subscribe to Flickering Myth, because we make videos like this every single week, and give us a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Alright everyone, let's just talk about Uncharted down below.